Hello to all animation fans. It looks like Zootopia 3 might become more than just a continuation of the story we know. It could be a true expansion of the universe, and this time, birds may play a key role in the plot. If we piece together all the hints and leaks and logically build on the ideas from the previous films, we can imagine a pretty intriguing and even intense storyline. At the center of the story once again are Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde, who have now become full-fledged partners and experienced detectives. And everything starts with what seems like a strange case. Zootopia begins to experience communication failures between its districts. Signals drop, transportation systems are disrupted, and some infrastructure simply stops working. At first, it looks like a technical issue, but very quickly it becomes clear. This is something much more serious. As they investigate, Judy and Nick uncover a chain of events that leads them beyond their familiar world, high up into the sky. And this is where the major twist happens. They discover the existence of Aviapolis, a hidden city of birds that exists parallel to Zootopia, but has never directly interacted with its ground-dwelling inhabitants. And this is where the story deepens even further. It turns out that tension between the two worlds has existed for a long time. Birds believe that land animals have too much impact on the ecosystem, while the citizens of Zootopia never even suspected that their neighbors in the sky existed. But the real problem isn't just misunderstanding. Inside Aviapolis, there is an internal conflict. Some birds support isolation and complete separation from the ground world, while others want to establish contact. And from this divide, the main antagonist emerges. It could be a charismatic but radical leader, perhaps a crow or another intelligent bird who believes that the two worlds cannot coexist. To prove it, he begins to provoke conflict, interfering with city systems, creating chaos, and gradually pushing both sides toward confrontation. And this is where Judy and Nick find themselves in a very difficult position. On one hand, they represent Zootopia. On the other, they must operate in a completely new environment where they have no experience. They face distrust, misunderstanding, and even open hostility. At the same time, another important theme begins to unfold: discrimination. While the first film focused on predators and prey, this time the focus could shift to a different level. For example, the treatment of certain bird species like crows, who may be seen as dangerous or undesirable. And that adds even more depth to the story. As the story moves toward its final act, the conflict will likely escalate into something much larger. A threat not just to one city, but to both worlds. And to stop the disaster, the heroes will have to do more than solve a case. They will have to unite two societies. And this is where the core message of the film may lie. Not in conflict, but in understanding. The ending will likely show the first true contact between Zootopia and Aviapolis, not as enemies, but as parts of one shared world. And if it really goes in this direction, the third installment could become the most mature and meaningful in the entire franchise. So what do you think? Are you excited to see the continuation of Nick and Judy's story? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I also invite you and your children to relax together with me and connect with something beautiful through art. If you join with your kids, it can become a lifelong memory, a small piece of light in these dark times. What do I offer? I will teach you how to understand art. I will explain the difference between a simple drawing and a true work of art. This is not about basic painting lessons you can find everywhere or step-by-step tutorials that are already widely available for free on YouTube. These are lessons on the level of art criticism, presented in a way that is accessible even for children. For example, you will find answers to questions like, why are some paintings not beautiful, yet extremely expensive? Why didn't painting disappear after photography was invented? Why do people still buy paintings instead of just printing photos? What are the criteria that distinguish a simple drawing from a work of art? We will explore all of this through works of classical artists. I have a background in psychology and education, and I know how to explain complex ideas in simple terms. We will also work with emotions, learning how to reflect on them and express them through art, all accompanied by beautiful music. If you'd like to join, make sure to message me on Instagram with the word art.